for their time today and for coming in and testifying before the committee. Mr. Inaba, I'm concerned about some of what you say in your testimony relative to what we have learned about Toyota employees and former NHTSA employees, and as has been explored by multiple members here today, there seems to be a conflict, or there certainly seems to be an effort on the part of former NHTSA employees now employed by Toyota or formerly employed by Toyota to put a halt to some of these investigations. And I'll just refer to the Business Week article on February 12th. And it said, in one example of Toyota Aid's role, Mr. Santucci testified in a Michigan lawsuit that the company and NHTSA discussed limiting an examination of unintended acceleration complaints to incidents lasting less than a second. That's what Representative Kaptur was referring to. It goes on to say that all 4 of the probes the Toyota aides helped end were into complaints that the unintended acceleration was caused by flaws in the vehicle's electronic throttle systems. Do you believe that had these efforts not been made to limit these investigations, that Toyota as a company would have reacted more quickly and NHTSA would have reacted earlier to some of the problems that we're now addressing today in terms of the number of accidents and the severity of these accidents?
Well, I don't know any of the specific incident or occurrence that you have mentioned. But as I said, I believe in two of our associates' very high ethnic standard and also their integrity. So I have other good reasons to believe in that, rather than just hinting that they may have some relationship and favor us. I think they have done, and also on the NHTSA part, they are very, very professional team of people.
Well, just to follow up, so you're suggesting that they didn't engage in this behavior to try to limit the investigations, and is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know how to, all I'm saying is that they are, whatever they have done is within the very good ethical sort of code.
My question, though, is if the investigations had not been limited, would we have addressed this situation earlier than we are today?
I think it is a very issue that, since I don't know the conversation or event, I would not make any more comment on that.
Also, Mr. Inaba, in your testimony earlier, you suggested that the information in Europe with regard to some of these challenges wasn't shared with folks in the United States. I personally find that hard to believe, that Toyota here in the United States was unfamiliar with what was going on in terms of recalls and addressing sudden acceleration problems in Europe. So I just want to make sure that I have this right. So you are saying that Toyota of America was not aware of the efforts by Toyota to address the sudden acceleration issues in Europe when that was going on?
Well, I must say that it is, we call in our term, sticky pedal issues. Okay? And I think the truth is that Toyota American side was not aware of that or was not informed of that. That is true. That's all I know.
So when that was going on, when those complaints were being addressed, when solutions were being created and a recall was taking place in Europe, you were unaware of that here in the United States?
I personally got to know that fact in January this year.
I will just conclude with a case, and I'm encouraged by the fact that my folks in Cincinnati, when I went to the Toyota dealership and I went to the service department, said they hadn't seen any of these complaints. But then when I went back and looked at the NHTSA records, it was pretty clear that there were multiple complaints about sudden acceleration. And I will just reflect upon this one that I saw, and it's a complaint from 2009. And the gentleman says, I bought my 2005 Tacoma about 2 months ago. I've experienced this problem 3 times now. The last time being tonight after picking up my daughter at work. the truck was accelerating and was literally standing on the brake, and the engine was racing and would not stop. I threw it into neutral, and it sounded like it was going to explode. I have no rugs in the vehicle. I did not come with any, and I was going to get all the weather mats, but have not bought them yet. The cruise control was not engaged. I do not consider myself to be an inexperienced driver. I used to race, actually, and he goes on. But clearly this isn't a mat problem. This isn't a sticky pedal problem. This is a problem with an experienced driver experiencing sudden acceleration. And this is in a 2005 Tacoma. I think we certainly as a Congress want to know, and I think the American people want to know, if their vehicles are safe. And if you can stand here today and tell us that they don't risk, because of a computer issue or an electronic issue, sudden acceleration in Toyotas that are on the street today.
今の2005年、2009年のそのタコマに関してはちょっと把握しておりませんので、その具体的なことに対してはお答えできないかもしれませんが、電子スロットルに関して申し上げますと、今までの段階では、私ども何をやっても現象出てきておりませんので、安全だというふうに思っております。しかしながら、今後ですね、先ほどのギルバート教授だとか、いろんな方々の意見も取り入れながら、よりオープンな場で、そして業界全体に発展していくような形での検証は進めてまいりたいというふうに思っております。
I do not know the Tacoma case of 2005 or 2009, and therefore, without knowing those specifics, I cannot give you any specific answer. But if I may just refer to electronic throttle control system, to the extent that we have conducted various tests thus far to date, we have not encountered the same phenomenon as a result of that test. And therefore, I believe the vehicle is safe. However, going forward, we are willing to work together in an open forum with the industry partners to validate this situation, introducing opinions of other people, including Professor Gilbert, for that matter.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let me say that, first of all, really appreciate your coming to testify, and